Morning. Do you know, it was all going so well. I've been here ready since 11 o'clock, to be honest. And just as that 3-minute countdown came on then, I burst into a fit of sneezing. I don't know what it is. I bought an extra plant in here today. A little spider plant. Ronnie, my best mate, doesn't like spider plants. He says they're common. I say they're nice. And if I want a plant in my studio, I'll bloody well have a plant in my studio. Miserable old git. Oh, he really is. He says they're common. Spider plants are common. I think they're nice, don't you? I had this idea, actually. Sorry, those of you that just listen to the show, I'm going to sit in my studio. Behind me, there's a purple background. There's a clock on the wall, which you just heard. There's a mirror ball behind me. And I always have something on the side. I try to change that every week. One of my friends, Wayne, who helped me with the new karaoke setup that I've got now, was saying he likes the bit at the back. Every time you've got something at the back and there's a story to go with it. Of course, there's a story to go with it, dear. There's always some story going on in my life. Many, many stories today. Many, many stories. And, so I don't think they're common at all, do you? Spider plants, they're so easy to grow. I felt a little bit guilty yesterday, to be honest, because with spider plants, they very quickly throw off long, I don't know what you call them, are they called suckers? I think they might be called suckers. Spider plants throw off all these suckers, and on the end are baby spider plants. And it's so easy, you just cut them off, put them in a bit of earth and they take. I don't think I've ever taken a cutting from a spider plant that hasn't worked or hasn't taken immediately. I've got a few baby spider plants at the moment dotted around the house, and I must say I felt a little bit guilty yesterday because I went round cutting off the suckers but not wanting new spider plants, and I just chucked them in the sort of grass bush area over there, and I thought, do you know what? It's almost as bad as, you know, giving someone an abortion, isn't it? Cutting off little baby spider plants like that. And I felt guilty. I feel like I've killed a lot of baby spider plants. I do feel a bit guilty of that. So that's the story behind this. I bought 2 spider plants, I think, a little while ago in the garden centre, and I grew lots more from it. Lots more from it. So that's the story of the spider plant. And while I was looking at that, just before I came on and I burst into fits of sneezing, I thought, wouldn't it be a nice thing? I'm just trying to see, actually, because I can see a little screen in front of me. I could, I suppose, have a couple of plants hanging there, couldn't I, permanently? Or maybe, you know, some sort of shelf hanging down from the ceiling, maybe next to the mirror ball. On what side? On that side? On your, what's that? Is that on your left? On your left? Is it left? Right? I don't know. On there. I could have another plant hanging there, couldn't I? Be quite nice. Maybe plants all along, but we're not sort of far enough back in the studio to be able to see all those. Good morning to you. My name's Chris Reardon. This is United Kingdom Talk on Saturday the 28th of June 2014. Lots of emails this week, so I'm going to start those quite quickly. I must recommend a film to you because I had a night off last night. If you like war films... If you like war films, I got this on Blu-ray. Have you got Blu-ray? I love that stuff. Blu-ray. I got this on Blu-ray. It's called Lone Survivor. Okay? Film. It's a war film. Lone Survivor. And it's about these American Navy... Oh, what are they called now? Navy SEALs who are dropped into a part of Afghanistan. And they are there to get rid of this bloke who's supposed to have killed lots of Americans. Oh my God. Did you hear that? Oh, we got thunder and lightning. Just a minute, let me have a look. Thunder and... Oh, there's a thunderstorm outside. How exciting. Oh my God. I hope the studio doesn't get struck. Oh, you better stay with us for the whole show today. You never know. I hope a lightning bolt doesn't suddenly... take me off air. I hope not. Anyway, back to the film. Yes, the Americans get dropped into Afghanistan. They got to get rid of this bloke. And apparently they've been told there were 10 people in this, like, I don't know what Taliban, that's it, Taliban camp. Right, so they get dropped down there, then they look into camp, and there's a lot more than 10 there. And I won't tell you the whole story, but there's only one left at the end. And another group of Afghanistan people, not Taliban, help the man at the end. There's a little boy, and I think probably his dad, and they help the American soldier at the end. It's a really, really good film. So if you want a good war film to buy, a Blu-ray, or of course normal DVD as well, Lone Survivor, okay? Give that one a little watch. Let's say hello to a few people this morning. Good morning to Daniel. Good morning, Daniel. Who said, is that your old Cub Scout jumper hanging behind me? I will come on to that in a moment. All right, Daniel. Oh, by the way, do you know, I'm shocked and horrified. There was swearing, boys and girls. There was swearing yesterday on my Facebook wall. What makes it even more horrific was that it was me doing the swearing. I know you're horrified, aren't you? Absolutely horrified. And what it was, I have a technical problem at the moment, okay? A technical problem. I don't even know how to explain it to you. A company runs... It doesn't run it, does it? It provides unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk to me, right? Okay. And also within that provision is email. Okay. So when you send an email to chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, it goes through this company thing. I don't know. Oh, I just don't know how it works. It's technical. I don't understand it. So it goes through this company, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and then it comes to me through my other email, which is from Virgin Mail. But it keeps going wrong. It keeps going wrong. And they've had a few times to sort this out, and they sort it out, and it works for a while, and then it goes off again. So I looked into moving unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk to another... What do you even call them? Another domain provider? That's a good guess, isn't it? To another domain provider, right? So I thought, well, I'll do this on Friday night because I've got some time to do it. So I went on the website. Oh, my God. What a load of old... Let me read some of the stuff. I printed off something so I could read it to you, so you know the sort of blooming gobbledygook that I had to try and work my head around. Oh, it's not here now, is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here we go, right? Here we go. Transferring a domain away from UK2 were the people providing it. Transferring a domain away from UK2, right? Okay. Preparing your domain. Log into the UK2 dashboard. Click on My Account. Please update the contract owners for the domain as necessary. You will then click the registrar Who Is Details link, and you will need again to update the contact details for the relevant domain. Right, that's just step one. Step two. Step two. Once you have prepared the domain for transfer, you will need to create the Cyber Travel Out Order. The Cyber Travel Out Order number is the invoice number of the order that is placed during these steps. To start the process to move your domain to your new register, please do the following. Browse to Move Away. To fill out the Move Away form until you reach the Cyber Travel Out Order number, please submit a support ticket to our technical support department quoting your domain name and your Cyber Travel Out Order number. That's just the first bit. And Terry, dear Terry, regular viewer and correspondent of this very programme, I put on Facebook, I'm trying to do this, does anyone know how to do it? Terry's reply was, it's easy. Well, I'm sorry. I lost it. I started swearing on the Facebook and anything. I do not find these things easy. And the worst thing the worst thing you can say to someone who doesn't understand what they're doing is, it's easy. There are a couple of people, actually, who over the years have attempted to help me with these things. And a lot of people are very, very knowledgeable on these things. Right? There's one chap who over the years has tried to help me with various things, but he explains stuff, right? And I just don't get it. I don't know if it's... some other people will explain stuff, and I will get it. Whether or not, like, when you're explaining something, maybe some people are easier to understand what the bloody hell they're going on about. You know, it's great having knowledge to do all these things. But if you can't explain it to someone... I'm not talking about you now, Terry, right? But if you cannot explain it to someone, and it's just... Do you know what I mean? And, oh, it went on and on. So now, what state are we at now with this? Okay, now, I think the emails are working at the moment. Now, you can try this yourself if you want. Send an email to chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, see if that's working. I'm sure that is actually working. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is working. What now isn't working, okay, is the website that I tried to move from one to the other. That now comes up as not found. Right? Hang on, let me just type that in. I'll just check that. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Ha! Not found. So that's not working now. This is since I tried to do the damn thing yesterday. So annoying. So annoying. It really is. And that's where we are at the moment. So the email's not working, the website isn't, but quite frankly, that unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk has that's mainly for the audio side of things, which since we started the YouTube, a lot less people are listening and more people are watching now. So I don't know. So if you usually go to that site to pick something up, at the moment it's not working. I've sent the new people 123 Reg an email saying this is supposed to be going here, but it's not. Please help, and I'm waiting for them to respond. No doubt it'll be bloody Monday morning by the time that happens, won't it, eh? Never mind. Okay, let's say hello to some more people there. Oh yes, Daniel says, I hope you go to confession tomorrow. Oh, Daniel, I can't go to confession, dear. Oh no, I'd be in there for weeks. Good morning to Wendy. Wendy's with us this morning as well. Another fellow Manilow fan, a Fanilo. Good morning to Marge, who says, it reminds me of Laugh in This Morning, the German peeking out behind the plants. Yes, it's quite a large plant that is behind me. I love the spider plants as well. Looks bright in your studio now. I love plants. I love plants. How amazing is thunder and lightning here as well? What, where you are in Oklahoma? Oh, you haven't got any tornadoes coming, have you? Do watch out for those tornadoes here. Oh, there's a film coming. Well done, Marge, for linking to that. Now, where is it? Where's it gone now? Oh, new... I saw it advertised. I'm sure I put this new... I'm sure I brought this up on the screen, ready to tell you about it. Here it is. There's a new film coming out in August, okay? At least August in the States. I assume it'll be here at the same time. Maybe just after. Called Into the Storm. A group of high school students document the events and aftermath of a devastating tornado. How exciting is that? So I'm looking forward to seeing that film with Richard Armitage. Who's he? I don't know who that is. Jeremy Sumpter, don't know him. Sarah Wayne, don't know her. I don't know any of those people. Are they famous stars? I'm usually quite good... Oh, here comes the rain. I'm usually quite good with stars, but not second-rate celebrities. You know what I mean? So that film's coming soon. Into the Storm. Yes, a song about thunder and lightning and twisters. We like that sort of disaster for as long as it doesn't happen here. You know, we've got a bit of thunder and lightning outside at the moment. Hopefully the studio won't be struck and taken off here. Good morning to James Dean. No, I'm not even referring to you, James, actually. James says, after 10 years of trying to explain things to you, I've decided that the problem is you, not the person explaining. I beg your pardon. I don't think so. Listen, there is a man on here at the moment. Ben Parker. Good morning, Ben. Karaoke Ben. Now, I've got to tell you, Ben is someone who helps me with technical things. Ben is really good at explaining things. He will talk to me like I am stupid. And that appears to work. That does appear to work. When I have Ben has helped me with, let me think, a new karaoke system. Ben has helped me with, that edit program. What is it now? Cool Edit Pro, Adobe. He's helped me with difficulties with that and other bits and pieces. Ben is one of those people who's really good at explaining things. Okay? Good morning to Matt Martins. Good morning from Canada, home of the maple leaf. Good morning, Matt. Matt, I was shocked and horrified the other day to go into Sainsbury's. Well, that was one shock, going into Sainsbury's. God, so miserable gits in there. Aren't the staff miserable inside? I'd hate going in there. I hate going in Sainsbury's. They're so miserable. And when you get to the till, they're so fake. And how are you today, sir? They're not interested. Yet, when you go to Waitrose, you actually feel that they want a conversation. When myself and my best friend Ron go into Waitrose, queues build up behind us because we're having conversations with the staff. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Hours we're there sometimes at the checkout, putting through just 2 items. You know, maybe a pint of milk and a couple of bread rolls. Because I have started eating small amounts of bread now. But instead of now going to the supermarket and buying a loaf and eating it, I go and buy 2 rolls. Then you can't eat too much, can you see? So good morning from Canada. Good morning to Carl Waring, who says, technology is always difficult to translate to a Luddite. What's a Luddite? What's a Luddite? Oh, I'm going to look that up. Luddite. L-U-D-T-I-T-E. Is it L-U-D-T-I-T-E? What is a Luddite? Luddites. Wikipedia. The Luddites were 19th century English and textile artisans who protested against the newly developed labour-saving machinery. You are so right, Carl. I am a Luddite. I hate it. Windows 8. What's all that about? Unfortunately, on my laptop, my lovely Lenovo laptop, which is great, which I bought last year, unfortunately, I have Windows 8 on it. Where are the bloody programs? Where are all the... You click start. Where's all the programs? All you got is stupid bloody coloured boxes everywhere. And you type something. Have you ever got in Windows 8? Anyone got Windows 8? I've got a lot of music on my laptop. Obviously, I DJ and do karaoke with it. If I type in, say, ABBA in the search box, doesn't find anything. If I type in Kylie Minogue, if I type in the Electric Light Orchestra, it doesn't find it. It's just useless. Absolutely useless. Windows 8. Carl on the line in Yorkshire. Have you got Windows 8, sir?
I've actually got Windows 8.1, the latest update.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got... I've speak again. Let me just see if I can hear you properly. Speak again.
I've got the latest Windows 8.1, actually, the latest update.
Well, I've got Windows 8.1. But you click start. Where's all the programs? Where are they?
Well, actually, yes. That's a good point. The only thing they have changed, as you say, is the start menu, which... they've done because of touch screens and tablets and things, but you can always just start typing and that will bring up a search box, or if you click the little down arrow that's on the left hand side of the start menu, that will bring up everything that's installed.
Oh, hang on, down arrow on...
There's a little down arrow just on the left hand bottom left of the start menu, the start screen.
Okay, I'll have a look at that later.
Click on that, and that will bring up basically, what was the old start menu with everything alphabetised.
Okay, I will have a look at that. Thank you, Carl.
That's all right.
it's just
Good morning, Mr. Reardon. How are you?
Simple things like that. And what about this thing? You know the search box on Windows 8?
Simple things for simple people. Sorry, go on, yes.
Pardon? You know you see the search box on Windows 8?
Yes.
Right? I can type in ABBA, knowing full well I've got 30 or 40 ABBA tracks installed on that, and it doesn't find anything.
Well, that's weird.
No files found. I've tried it loads of times. There must be something wrong there.
Possibly, yeah.
Are you on Windows 8 now?
I am, yes.
You know that search box you bring up now, what are they called? Charms. Charms?
Oh, I don't use those.
Oh, well, how do you search for something then?
Well, the best way I search for something is either bring up Explorer and use a little... like the old Windows 7 way.
All right.
You bring up Windows Explorer, which is the Windows key and then E.
Oh, hang on. Windows...
the little Windows key between... on the bottom line there.
Key, then E.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yes.
And then that brings up Explorer.
And type in that.
And then type in the search box in the top right.
Okay.
ABBA.
Okay, fair enough.
And that should bring up everything. As I say, the only difference between Windows 7 and Windows 8 is the start menu.
Right.
Everything else is the same.
It's the, what is it called? The user interface.
It is, yes.
The user... I'm very good to see. I can get the technological terms.
Well done. He's learning, folks. It's only taken him 20 years, but he's learning.
But why do they have to change the way things look? Then no one can work them. Everyone's... I did lose it last night with poor old Terry.
Yes, I saw.
And which I now have of course removed those dreadful words that I use. But I do with technology. I end up there, oh, for God's sake, why isn't this working? Now, someone said the reason that the United Kingdom Talk.co.uk isn't working now is because you've moved it from one to the other and it takes a day for them to sort it out. Is that about right?
That sounds about right to me, yes.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens with that then.
Yeah.
Oh, I need a resident engineer here. I've got a spare room. Do you want to move in next door?
Oh, absolutely,
And then you can come and sort out all my wires and things.
It sounds like a plan.
All I want to do is sit here and have a conversation with a few people. I don't want to be bothered about all these other stupid bits and pieces that do nothing but bring my life to a complete and utter misery.
Well, I can't say anything to that, can I? for a change. Hey, listen, I've got a question for you.
Yes?
Actually, in your role as a landlord...
Yes?
If you... I mean, how often do you do things like change the carpets in your, places you rent out and that sort of thing? The thing is, I've been here for 7 years.
Right.
And it's private rented, but obviously, because I'm unemployed, I get it paid back to me. But it's private rent. And no names, no pack drill, of course, but she won't be listening to the show. She's done nothing. Say that again. No names or nothing, but she won't be listening to the show. So
how do you know that? Are you suggesting that hardly anyone watches this show? Listen,
well, pretty much, yes.
There's more people watch this show than Good Morning Britain and London Live put together. Thank you.
I'm sure there is. Anyway, all I was going to say is she's not done anything. I mean, she hasn't replaced the carpets. One or two of the windows that have gone a bit dodgy, she has been...
What's wrong with the windows? Are you single or double glazing?
Well, it's double glazed, but the you can open them fully, but the little opener, not the handle, but the mechanism to open the window has gone a bit faulty, and they don't always close properly.
Right.
She's been supposed to be getting those fixed for about 4 years.
Right.
And as I say, she hasn't changed the carpets or anything, and I'm wondering if that's normal.
It depends on the landlord, really.
Yeah.
I have one tenant who's been with me about 12 years. Okay?
Right.
I've asked her a couple of times now, would you like your place decorated? And by decorated, I mean top to bottom. When I say decorated, generally the same colour paint that's there, but all painted over again. And I would look at the carpets. Yeah, we'll put new carpets in and all that. And she said no, because she's got lots of stuff in there and she can't be bothered. I said, well, you know, if you want it done, just let me know. But that's me. There are if something goes wrong in one of my places, I like it fixed yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? Oven, whatever, windows, there was a window handle came off somewhere. I said, well, I can send someone round, and this bloke said, he said, well, I've got someone to fix it. I said, fine, get it fixed, send me the bill, and that's how I work. I am, according to the estate agent, one of their very good landlords, right?
Yeah, good.
On the other hand, there are landlords in London who will drag their feet for months, years, over a boiler not working. Now, no boiler, no hot water, no heating. There are people living in places like this, right, who can't get anything fixed.
That's terrible.
I have to say,
you're not regulated, are you? Landlords aren't.
Not really. No, not
regulated.
Not really. The choice, and it unfortunately comes down to the choice is yours. Just move then. Of course, it's not as easy as that. You know, that's your home. You want it fixed, but if you can't get it fixed, you need to move. But it's not. I know, much easier said than done. Very, you know, easy for me to say that. Difficult for you to actually do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a great place here. I don't think I'll actually find a better place to be.
That's it. Are you in contact with the landlady, or is it via an estate agent?
No, well, it's both really. I pay the rent to an estate agent, but the landlady, you know, obviously the landlady lives next door in the big house.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know whether to complain to her or I normally go to her about things, but I'm thinking of going to the estate agent now.
Are you on quite good terms with her?
Yeah. Well, I thought so. But
what is it? Just the window handle?
No, it's the mechanism.
Right.
Again, it's difficult to describe. It's not the handle, but it's the bit that actually opens the window.
Right.
Not the handle. It's the mechanism that's gone a bit, and you can't always close them properly. You know, you'll close it, and the handle will go down and fine, but the bit towards the back end of the window will be open.
Sounds like the same handle as went on mine. Actually, quite cheap to buy, like 10 quid.
Well, yeah.
Something like that. Dare I say to you, why don't you just do it?
Well, I could do, I suppose, but there's 2 or 3 of them. That's the problem. I think it was built cheaply, Chris. I think it was done cheaply. So
I would say to her, look, these handles are still not done. Do you mind if I do it myself, and I'll give you the receipt for the bits and pieces?
Yeah. It's not the handles. I know what it is. It's difficult to describe what it is. As I say, it's the mechanism on the joint of the window.
Alternatively, ring the estate agent.
Yeah, I'm going to have a word with him, because, as I say, she hasn't changed the carpets in 5 years either, and they're looking a bit beyond it.
Carpets. Generally, stuff like that happens when one moves out, it's done, and another moves in.
Ah, right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, the lady who's been at that other place of mine 12 years, I've gone to her and said, look, do you want this, this and this done? And she doesn't. So,
well, that's fair enough. At least you've asked.
And again, carpets, it depends on the person. Now, I moved here, 21 years ago. Last year, I changed the carpet in the hallway.
Blimey.
Right?
Yeah, but I'm guessing it was a decent it was a decent carpet.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. It got a bit thin, and it was starting to come away from the walls. And it was actually my mate who kept going on about it. Oh, you got to do carpet. So come January, I did quite a lot here, more than I've ever done. And I was very pleased with all the results and that. But yeah, I'd go. Where would I go first? To her? I'll go to the estate agent first and say, look,
I'm going to this week. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. And now I've also got a problem in my eyes, because I've just had a shower and I can't see a damn thing, because
Oh, about time as well.
Got in my eyes or something. And
You got what in your eyes?
So something's got in my eyes and they're watering like crazy now.
Oh, well, it's obviously not been tested out on enough rabbits. That's the problem.
Something like that.
Oh, don't. That'll make me start crying, things like that. I hate anything like that.
Oh, I don't agree with animal testing. But then again, I'd rather test it on animals than me.
No. What they want to do with all that testing on animals is not use animals, but use prisoners who have murdered people and done things to children. That's who they want to test this stuff on.
That's an idea.
Anything like that.
Yeah,
what you could do to them. I either ask them first, look, you've been a bad boy, we want to test these things on you. Then they say no, and then you just force them to do it. And then you show it on the television, and then maybe that'll make other people just stop murdering people and doing things.
Probably not. Do you know what people are like?
What's that called? What's that called when you do something to try and put someone off? Oh, using them as a
guinea pig.
Yeah, as
guinea pig? Example.
Example. That's it. Use it as an example. Yeah, as an example. Yeah. Use it as an example.
One of the more extreme ideas.
They already test certain drugs on that, on students, don't they? They pay students quite a lot of money.
They pay anybody.
Yes.
Really.
They obviously do all this testing, and at the very last, then they need a human to test, and they say, "Yeah, we've got some pills to test." One of my friends did it once. He tested headache tablets, so he would go into the clinic. Do you know? I've got to get my asthma thing. Talk for a minute.
They would whack him over the head to give it with a hammer to give him a headache.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, he's gone to get his inhaler. Is that what it is? Hello, this is United Kingdom Talk. I'm Carl Waring, also known as Carl Richards sometimes, because I do broadcasting on hospital radio.
Hospital radio Carl, that's it.
That's me, yeah.
They pay him... now, what did he do? Yeah, so he had to go to the clinic, and they were giving him injection, which would induce a headache.
Oh, okay, well, better than a hammer.
And he said, it's the worst headache you could ever imagine. Right?
Yeah.
And then they give them pills, and then they see how they work. And for 6 visits, I think he got £2,000.
Wow, that's not bad.
I wouldn't do it. I don't think I'd do it. But if you need money, you've got to do things, and that's it.
Yeah. there was one of my favourite TV shows is The West Wing.
Oh yes, my friend likes that.
From America, and there was a scene in there all about this. They were about giving drugs to Africa and that sort of thing.
Oh right, yes.
And they were talking about the cost of the pills and everything.
Right.
And they were saying that yes, the second pill costs $1 or whatever. The first pill costs about $40,000.
Oh yes, yes.
It's the research. The point was, it's the research that cost the money.
Well, they've got a big HIV AIDS problem in Africa.
Yeah.
And I think that the biggest problem was the drugs. They are very, very expensive. One bottle of pills, if you've got HIV, is worth would cost you as a person to buy about £500.
Yeah.
Right? And you can be having 3 bottles of these different types a month.
Yeah.
So it's £1,500 a month in HIV pills, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Africa haven't got that money.
Well, of course not. No.
But these are the what you would say, the branded pills.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what I think has happened, I think this has happened already, is that now they can do unbranded pills, which do exactly the same thing. They've got the same ingredients and all that business.
Called generic.
And then they buy a load of generic ones, and then they send those to Africa. But and people often complain about the money that the drugs companies make, and yes, indeed, they make a lot of money. Yes, indeed, they do. But it costs an awful lot of money to bring a drug to the shelf. I mean, it really does.
That was the point this scene made.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I mean, the other point the scene made was the fact that it's all very well, giving these drugs away or whatever, but you don't know whether they're going to be able to take them because they've got to be taken at a certain time of day, or every few hours or whatever, and lots of people in Africa don't have a watch and can't tell the time.
Yes, that's right.
That
certainly
sort of
with those particular HIV drugs, you have to take them. It depends which ones you have.
Of course, it does,
some you have once a day, some you have a couple of times a day, or if you've gone quite far down the line, you might have to have injections as well. It just depends which ones work for you, because everything works differently. But I think that's what they did. They got generic ones, because these drugs companies, they pour millions and millions of pounds into working out and discovering and making a new pill. New pill, perhaps for, I don't know, heart attacks.
Yeah,
they make one new pill.
That's why they patent them. That's why they have to patent them.
So they patent them, and for a period of time, I think it's 10 years. Am I right?
I think that sounds right. Yeah, sounds somewhere
for 10 years, no one else can make that tablet. They are the only ones that can do it for 10 years. So in that time, they've got to try and get all this money back in, and of course make a profit to pay all the staff. So, sometimes when I see these people on the television and say the drug companies are really greedy and all this, that and the other, well, they've got to make a profit. And if you want any more drugs to be made, you've got to pay someone to do it.
Absolutely.
So, yes, it's very expensive. Yeah. We are, of course, extremely lucky here that if we need pills for anything, the maximum we will pay is a prescription charge. And there are certain diseases. Let me think. Diabetes is one of them, I think. Diabetes. If you get diabetes, that's it. You don't pay for any more drugs. Whatever goes wrong with you, you don't pay for any more drugs if you get diabetes.
Yeah.
Asthma, not the case with asthma, strangely enough. When I need a new puffer, I have to pay for this. If I need antibiotics due to...
A puffer for a puff. Sorry.
A puffer for a puff. Puffer for a puff. Puffer for a puff. So if I need one of these, two of these, I have to pay for them. If I get a chest infection, I have to pay for that. And yet it is a chronic long-term thing. Apparently, asthma is one of the very few chronic doesn't mean you've got something really badly. It means it's long term.
Yes, that's right.
A lot of people make that mistake. So I have chronic asthma, which just means it's long term. It's not particularly bad. But it's one of the few things that you don't get free prescription drugs for.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh.
I have to pay for everything, yeah. But that's okay. It's all right for me. I don't mind. I'm a firm believer if you can afford to pay for something, I think you should pay. I mean, it's just ridiculous when people who are, reasonably well off, like me, okay, can get all this stuff free when I could afford to pay or even make, a part payment. People with huge amounts of money, why are they getting it free? It's just ridiculous.
Because everybody is equal under the NHS, I think.
Well, yeah, but it just seems silly. No disrespect, Carl. I know you're not got a lot of money, but if you wanted something done quickly, you're going to have to join a queue. I could pay for it. That's not fair. It's not fair.
Well, yes and no. I mean,
it's not fair. It should be the same. So for me to get it free, if I paid a little bit in, maybe you'd get it a little bit quicker.
Maybe, yeah. I think there's a 15-week waiting list at the moment for podiatry.
For what?
Podiatry, your feet.
Oh, right. Well, just have them chopped off, Carl.
Well,
be done with it. Chop them off.
Yes,
chop them off.
That'll help. I mean, you have to wonder. I mean, obviously, our NHS is, years old now, you have to. I always wonder why you see on the American news that people are against what is essentially their version of the NHS.
Yes.
Well, for want of a better way to put it, Obamacare. And you think, why are you against this?
I think this is it's something to do with you see that it comes across the medical world in America comes across as a business.
It does, yes.
They're only there to make money. Now, I don't know what would happen if you were in a road and you got knocked over and you didn't have any documents on you. Are you just left there? Do you die there and then?
No, I think there
Do they
is.
sweep you? What happens?
I think there is a provision for emergency care, but I don't know much about it.
Well, I think all the people that are against the Obamacare thing are those that make money from the medical industry there.
Or have the money to pay for their own private healthcare, possibly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you got people in...
It'd be interesting to hear from our American friends on that.
Yes, yes. Maybe next week, though, because I've talked to you for so long. I've got all these emails here today. I must get through these today.
Okay, well, at least that's 20 minutes of the show I won't need to watch when I having my tea now.
Oh, please watch it again. We're desperate for viewers. Desperate here.
Nice to speak to you again, Chris.
Nice to talk to you, Carl. Bye-bye, my friend.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Oh, Carl.
Yeah,
don't go.
Oh, you could have used the other one.
No, I'll use your one, thank you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carl. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you for spoiling it. I mean, no, that was really good.
Did you think I'd forgotten? Now, I've got to tell you, boys and girls, that version of... Okay, that was actually played by Carl, who's talking to us at the moment.
It was.
And sent over to me a few times because I wanted a different version, and he done that one for me. So thank you for that, Carl. You've now had your own tune played back to you and sung.
I have.
All in tune as well.
I am gobsmacked.
Good, that might mean you shut up for 5 minutes.
Well, the same could be said for you.
Cheerio, Carl.
Cheers, Reggie.
Lovely to speak to you. Bye-bye, sir. There we are, Carl in Yorkshire, chatting away there. We've got some more messages coming in there. Thank you, Carl. James says, domain propagation. That's where I'm saying the United Kingdom talk.co.uk thing isn't working anymore because I've moved. He said it takes up to 48 hours for the domain to change over and filter across the internet. So thank you very much. James was passed a Windows 8 laptop to look at the other day and passed it straight back. It's awful. Oh, it is awful. It's awful. Not knowing. Oh, I just hate it when they just keep changing things all the time. Matt Martins in Canada says, I couldn't agree with you more about Windows 8. It's not practical at all. I have in fact now switched from having a Windows-based laptop to a Mac laptop, which seems to be super easy to work out. I agree. Ronnie has, my best mate Ronnie has a Mac laptop, and it's just intuitive how it works. It really does work quite well. Wendy says, happy birthday, Carl. There we are. Even one of our friends is saying happy birthday now, you lucky thing, Carl. Ben says, Windows 8 was designed to send to the Windows Surface. That's the tablet thing. Yeah, I know. Cell, I mean. Yeah, I've seen that as well. They also mentioned that on the West Wing... Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry. 1 second. Ben is, of course, a qualified IT trainer. You'll have to train me, I think. He says they also mentioned on the West Wing that they were just Carl was just talking about. They said they could make the drugs available cheaply to Equatorial Kindu, but they wouldn't be taken properly as they don't have watches. Yeah. A famous drug that was designed as a heart treatment made Pfizer a fortune when they marketed it for a different use. The pill was diamond-shaped and blue. Yes, I expect you have a few of those, don't you, Ben, at your age? Are you coming tonight, by the way, to the karaoke tonight, Ben, or are you working at the Laurie Arms? If so, I've got to bring something back for you, haven't I? In the US, they do have what they are called mercy hospitals. That's presumably for those people that can't afford to pay for things. Good morning to Fagash Lil. Good morning, Fagash Lil, who's with us, and she's got some lovely pictures of her cats on her wall at the moment. Good morning, Lil, who says, I was told carpets in rented properties should last about 10 years. Yeah, I think you're probably about right. I generally, when one of my tenants moves out, I go in, have a quick look, see what needs to be done, do it, then the next one moves in. If it needs carpets, all there is to it. It's not hard. But some of these landlords, they will not spend a penny. I've got to tell you that now. Marge says, I use a program called TeamViewer here, where I take over people's computers and fix them. I've only had issues with Facebook, but good with all the other programs. I am smart in that area. Windows 8 is easy, Chris. Happy birthday, Carl, from Marge as well. See, they're all wishing you happy birthday now, Carl. Daniel says, what does he want? He gets it for free. Go and live under a bridge. What does he want? He gets it for free. Go and live... Don't get that. Are you speaking in riddles today, Daniel? Ben says, Ben's DJing tonight, so we won't see you this morning. Very disappointed. Good morning to Jimmy Butler, nephew Jimmy Butler, who's got his driving test in a few weeks' time. That's the practical test. Who says, your singing is hurting. Why is it hurting? I'll be very pleased to come down. Or maybe you should have an 18th birthday party, Jimmy Butler, and invent all your friends around and have DJ call Uncle Chris DJing for you. Would you like that? What songs would you like me to play at your 18th birthday party? I think a little bit of Copacabana would go down well by Barry Manilow. Eh? You know, got to have a few old songs, a bit of 60s. None of that rap stuff that you have. Oh, God. And definitely not that awful new Beyonce song. Well, it's not new anymore. That, what is it? Drunk in Love or XO. Oh, it's hideous. All these young people keep asking me to play that awful Beyonce song, Drunk in Love. When you finish with the show today, have a look at it on the internet, okay? Drunk in Love. Matthew in Canada says, sending a big happy birthday to Carl from the whole of Canada. The entire country. God's sake. Oh, and maybe also One Direction. Yeah, I can play you One Direction. Duh, duh, duh. We're gonna live like we're young. What makes you beautiful? Would you like me to dress up as a young Directioner in skinny jeans, Jimmy, and perform it at your birthday? A karaoke version. Maybe me and a few of my drag queen friends will come down. And you can have all your friends there, like those in the car. Do you remember what happened when I went up to see Jimmy? This car went whizzing past me and Jimmy as we were walking up to my other nephews. And then it whizzed back again. I said, I don't know, who's that then? He said, I don't know. And he pretended not to know who they were. But then the car pulled up and said, all right, Jimmy. And I immediately poked my head in the car window. I said, hello, I'm Chris. Call Uncle Chris, Jimmy's uncle. And Jimmy just looked the other way, like as if he was really embarrassed. Why is that, Jim? Why were you embarrassed? I don't understand. It's as if you were pretending that you didn't know the people in the car when you actually did. Why is that, Jim? Terry H says, good morning. I've already apologised to you, Terry, on air this morning. And you weren't there. Well, you'll have to watch it later. Ben says, loads of ABBA. I thought Ontario was the whole of Canada. Is it? I don't know, is it? How would you... Have you been there, Ben? Oh, it's been all over the place as our Ben. Right, let me just check emails. Now there's no emails. So that's not working, is it? That email thing isn't working at all. Oh, God's sake. Nothing works, does it? Hang on. Social, promotions. Where's that spam thing? Spam. Nope, it's not anywhere. No emails have come. So that's not working either. Oh, ain't it hopeless? Nothing works. The email thing isn't working either, James. Please, why isn't that working? Okay, let's do these emails from earlier in the week then. Hopefully, in a couple of days, the email thing will start working again. All right? Skype, however, is working. If you've got Skype, you want to join me on there, please feel free to do so. My Skype username is, all one word, Chris Reardon. ChrisReardon. All one word, Chris Reardon. Now, Vicky wrote this last week and says, greetings, Chris. The sweater jumper on the wall is surely from your Scout days. Those of you just listening, I've got a jumper up on the wall behind me, a green Cub Scout jumper. Now, that's been up there 2 weeks. And I'm surprised it's taken this long for someone to notice that it's up there. But sure enough, Vicky noticed this last week. This is my original Cub Scout jumper. And I kept it all these years. I've got the Scout logo, the what do you call it? The mauve Scout logo. I've got 2 arrow badges. Do you know what? I'm not even sure what the badges mean anymore. Silver arrow and gold arrow. Oh, was that bronze or gold? No, it looks like a badge has been picked off here for some reason. It might silver and gold. Is there a bronze arrow? If so, it's likely to be bronze and silver. It wouldn't be bronze silver. Wouldn't be silver and gold, would it? I don't know. So they're my arrow badges. On the top of the sleeve it says First Roehampton Holy Trinity there. Then it says Greater London South, which was the area I was in. And then Wandsworth, Putney and Roehampton, which is also like a district. Okay? And that's like a little windmill, because Wandsworth, Putney and Roehampton, there is a windmill on Wimbledon Common, and that's what that signifies. There is my Sixers badge, right? Because I was in charge of the Six. I worked my way up to that. And also on the side, we have other badges for things that you did. There's the Handyman's badge, which is a hammer and something else I can't quite see. There is a Scientist's badge. There is a Games badge, which is a chess thing. And there is a Troubadour badge, which means entertainer, because I was in Scout gang shows. So that's my little Cub jumper, and it's so small. And I will never ever throw that away. And I bought this out to show you. Because we were talking about Scouts and that the other week, weren't we? Right? And also, Vicky goes on to say, is that also a Scout jacket on the back of your chair? Does it have a patch telling us which scouting group you belong to? Right, so back of the chair, you're quite right. When you get a bit older, you leave the Cub Scouts and you become a Scout. And this is one of my Scout shirts over the years. Again, very small. What size? Oh, it's even got my label still inside. Christopher Reardon, it says there. Christopher Reardon on the label. So it's even got that there. And on the front there, 1977, which was that the wedding? Oh, the Queen's Silver Jubilee. So that was a special badge that we all got that year. Queen's Silver Jubilee. Again, there's a Scout thing on there. Now, what's that? There's a badge on the front which is 2 arrows. I don't know what that is. I have a feeling that's for geography or something like that. I was useless at anything like, because I used to get people lost. I got no sense of direction whatsoever. And there are other various badges on there. Main High Adventure Area. Now, what's that? Now, the Americans will know what that is. This was somewhere we went to on Scout Jamboree in 63, 73, 1979, I think it was, when I was 16. And I went on the Jamboree, and one of the places we went to was Main High Adventure Area. And it was great there. I've told the story of that a few times on here. We might tell it again at some other point. But what I don't have on here is the patrol that I belonged to. Oh, hang on. Now, I've got a little green and blue badge on there. I have a feeling... I wonder if I can find that. Which patrol? Blue. I have a feeling that refers to the patrol I was in. Now, let me see if I can type something into the Google here. Green, blue, badge, patrol, Scouts. Let's see if that brings anything up. Target badges. Scout badges, UK insignia. Oh, no. Home. No. I don't know. There's a little badge on there that's green. Let me get it again. Green and blue. I have a feeling that signifies which patrol I was in. Now, I've been thinking about this and looking at the name of birds. I know it was a bird's name. I think I was in Swifts. SWIFTS. I think it was Swift Patrol. Not sure. Okay, all right, Vicky. So I think it was Swift Patrol. Anyone want to have a little look about that and see if they can find anything about those badges? Vicky goes on to say, it's funny to see old clothes from when I was a kid. It's always kind of amazing to remember that I was once that small. Do you feel that way when you see old clothes from when you were a child? Yes, I do. I wish I was still that small, to be honest. I think well, that Cub jumper will probably just go on me now as an armband. I can't see it being any bigger than that. I only have one piece of clothing from when I was young, a sweater that my grandmother knitted for me when I was about 7 years old. I wish I could still fit into it. It would be like having a big hug from her once again. Hope the sun is shining in Royal Berkshire today. It sure is sunny here in New York. And that's from lovely Vicky. So thanks for that, Vicky. Those of you that listen to the show on Health Radio UK are about to leave us, I'm afraid, because you're only with us for the first hour. We will, however, carry on a little bit there. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week. All right? But if you're not listening on UK Health Radio, then stay tuned. I shall continue. Fagashlil says, the cats are my cats, not just random ones on her Facebook wall. Oh, I know that. You can never have enough cats. You can never have enough cats, Fagashlil. What you want is a nice little tiger there, little tiger cub. That'll look after your place when you're away, won't it, eh? You won't have none of those nasty, stupid old dogs, you know, coming up and growling at you then or anything like that. You won't have to worry about dogs if you have a nice tiger there. Dogs are stupid anyway. Who wants dogs? You know, stupid. Dogs are stupid. Cats are far, far more intelligent. Terry says, you didn't have to apologise. Just checking in. Off to Manchester. Oh, you doing a bit of shopping today? Yes. Aha! Ben says, I see you never got your gold arrow. No, I wasn't clever enough for all that business. That is bronze and silver. He says, what's on my the bronze and silver arrows on my scout shirt. Thank you for that, Ben, for telling me. I was a sixer. Yes, I was a sixer on a patrol leader. Kestrel patrol. Is green and blue Kestrel? Is that what you're saying? Kestrel's alert. Yeah, you could be right. It could have been Kestrel. Swift is just all dark blue. Kestrel patrol. Oh, Kestrel patrol colours. Hang on. Kestrel patrol colours. Scouts. Was it Kestrel's? Patrol colours. Here we are. Look. Scout flashes. Is it Scout flashes? Badger. Kestrel was blue and green. Was it blue and green? Aha! We think it was Kestrel. It must have been Kestrel Patrol then, Vicky. All right? Yes, green and blue. It was Kestrel Patrol. I remember now. Yes, because my friend Philip, he did the Swift Kestrel. There we are. That's taken weeks to see. If you would need to know anything about anything, you just ask Ben, and he knows. God, I wish I had your brain, Ben. Matt Martins says, I just wanted to bring up one of the funniest memories I have over the last year from United Kingdom Talk, and that was when your mirror ball all went wrong and nearly scared the pants off you. You mean when it fell off and nearly killed me? Yes, I thought you'd find something amusing. You'd like to see me dead, wouldn't you? I'm sure you would, Matt. And talking of being dead, did you see my little video yesterday? I do daily short videos. They're about 5 minutes long. Okay, they've been getting a little bit longer recently, but generally they're about 5 minutes long. And in yesterday's video, I was talking about a story which had been in the Daily Mirror earlier in the week about when you die, instead of being buried in a coffin, you can be embalmed in a position of your choice. For example, me sitting here in the studio, I could just be embalmed like that. Right, just sitting in the studio. Fantastic. And that's what the video was yesterday. If you want to watch that, when I finish the show, go to unitedkingdomtalk.co. Sorry, go to United Kingdom Talk TV United Kingdom Talk TV.co.uk, and look for the video entitled United Kingdom Talk 27th of June 2014, and you'll see the video there. Some response from that one. Ian Duff says, and I was asking, how would you like me to be embalmed when I'm dead? And I gave you a few examples, or you come up with your own example. Ian Duff says, maybe you could go into the great beyond surrounded by Barry Manilow posters. I like that. Do you think he'd be there before me? I don't know. And hopefully Barry Manilow too. Maybe we could rewrite some Catholic Church hymns to use Barry Manilow tunes with holy words. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Does that kind of work? I don't know if that works or not. Ian also says, you certainly have a lovely property, because I did show you my hanging baskets yesterday. Maybe your local council would allow you to be buried in your own garden. I quite like the idea of that, because I've got a few cats buried in the garden. There's a few cats. Tiny, she was made into ashes and she's sprinkled in the garden. There's Ronnie's cat, Maddie, and I think there's another one in there somewhere. Yes, I have cats in the garden at the moment. Tracy Clifford. Nee says, I think, Chris, you need help after watching yesterday's video. Thank you, Tracy. Diana says, I like you in the studio. You want the pose in the studio like this. Right, is that what you want me to be embalmed as? Diana wants to be in Barry's arm. Think that could be arranged? Well, you know, you'd have to wait till both of you are dead. So if Barry goes first, which, let's be honest, let's hope that's not for a few hundred years' time. If Barry goes first, and then when you go, I suppose you could be both embalmed and you could end up in his arms. I wonder if anyone would sell tickets to go and see something like that. You're in Barry's arms. Deanna says, I love your home and garden, very quaint. Oh, I like quaint. We like quaint. That vegetable area, that I don't know if I showed you the potato. No, I haven't shown you the potato area, have I? Right, but from next year, I'm going to transform that into flowers and plants again. I've done the vegetable growing thing. You know, with limited success. I've grew a few things that I could eat. At the moment, it's full of potatoes growing at the moment. When they've grown, then I'll start doing flowers. So I'll have tall ones on the back fence. On the back fence, I've had growing along at the moment and about to flower for the first time is I forgot what they're called now. How stupid! Those flowers that look like a crown of thorns on Jesus' head. What are those called? Does it begin with P? Ben, what are they called? Ben and O. Oh God, what are they called? Ben, what are those flowers called, please? The flower, they look like a crown of thorns that go on Jesus' head. I think that's why they were called that. Anyway, he'll tell us in a minute. Wendy says, I never thought I'd find myself laughing at the thought of funerals. Oh, you can't be miserable at a funeral. All that crying and that and all that doesn't do anything to anyone, does it? Don't be crying at my bloody funeral. I will be disappointed. If anyone cries at my funeral, I will haunt you. There will be no crying. You will be haunted. Passion flower, that's it. Passion flower. I've got passion flowers, loads of buds, all about to open up on the back fence. Beautiful, beautiful. It's going to be beautiful out there. And I will, of course, do a few little videos out there once they're done, okay? Richard Barron, hello, Richard, who says, I know it's slightly off topic, but I'll tell you, this is all to do with yesterday's video. But I'll tell you anyway, with my engineering job a few years ago, I had to go to Northern Ireland to do some electrical testing at a number of funeral directors. I always have had a phobia about coffins. Well, you don't have to go in a coffin. Get embalmed. Get embalmed and then just sit there. Oh, you like football, don't you, Richard? You could be embalmed like in a football pose. I don't know, like about to kick a ball or something like that. Well, I had to do testing in every room. I asked the receptionist if there were any bodies in the viewing rooms, and she said no. The first door I opened had a coffin on the floor with a white sheet draped over it. I could see white hair sticking out from under the sheet. I panicked and shut the door. The staff thought it was hilarious. I've done work in mortuaries as well, and the staff have a really strange sense of humour. I guess you have to work in such an environment. What I want to look like when I'm dead? Hopefully I'm smartly dressed and still sporting a spiky haircut and a goatee beard. Oh, don't have a goatee. What's with all the beards at the moment, lads? Come on. All the your lads seem to be growing beards, and some of them are really thick and horrible. Oh, we don't like beards. No, you'd be kissing one of them girls, wouldn't you? You're having a good kiss, and you get all this rash over your face. Oh, I can't be doing beards. No, beards. What I want to know, Richard, is you mention the staff having sense of humour in the mortuaries. What do they do? Come on, tell us. What do they do? Ben says, embalmed in a football pose. What, biting someone? Oh, there's horrible people. But what's his name? Luis Swarez. What an animal. What a nasty piece of goods that is. Luis Swarez. It's an absolute animal. He should be barred from football. End of story. Or as they say in America, period. You have to be careful using that particular term here in the UK, Americans. All right. We've got a little bit of audio. Oh, Ben says, I used to work in Martin Mason's ex's funeral parlour. I won't tell you the story of the weekend the chillers stopped working. Oh, it must have stunk in there, did it, Ben? Mind you haven't been in a room where my nephew suddenly passed wind. That's bad. Not Jimmy, Gary. Oh, my God, he did it once on a train when we were coming back from Euro Disney. The entire train... Oh, it was dreadful. Dreadful. Marge says, I love my dogs. My dogs are smarter than I am. Cats just act like they are superior. They are! Cats are superior, Marge. They're even more superior than us. Because a long time ago they were worshipped and I never forgot that. Oh, dear. Daniel says you didn't get many badges. No, I didn't get many. Didn't get many badges at all. Some of the Cubs had badges alone, but badges all down. But they were the one that were the crawlers, you know. Oh yes, Arcala. No, Arcala. I wasn't one of those. They had badges all down their arms. They were the ones that used to go crawling, crawling, dear, crawling. Oh. Vectis says, are you on UK Health Radio? Does that mean you are good for our health? Liked your video yesterday. Handy if you die on air. That could happen, couldn't it? That'd be quite nice to die while you're doing something you love. Look at that. Who was that one with the hat? Tommy Cooper. He died on stage, didn't he? Okay, we got a bit of audio sent in from... Oh, hang on a minute. No, there's another couple of bits from the old funeral thing. Here we go. Another one from Vicky here, who says, Chris, you've been a wonderful friend of us, devoted listeners and viewers for so many years, and you deserve a great send-off when you go. So I went to the John Lewis website and typed in funeral. Did you mean general? No, I did not. Then I typed in casket. Did you mean basket? If John Lewis is not doing funerals, then maybe we would need to think out of the box, as we say so. I think John Lewis needs to get a letter suggesting that they do funerals. I think they do it very well. She says, I liked most of your suggestions in the Friday video, is how your embalming pose should be. But there seemed to be an important element missing from the puzzle. Ronnie. Therefore, I would like to add the following suggestion to the list. Put Chris in the front seat of Ronnie's car, and Chris can keep Ronnie company on a day's errands, including a visit to Waitrose, the preferred grocery store of United Kingdom Talk. Talk to you soon from Vicky. Oh, God, that would be good, wouldn't it? I could just sit next to him in the car and he could just continue with his moaning. You know, because he does moan a lot and complain about things all the time. He could continue to do that even when I'm dead. But of course that won't happen because he's going first. You know, and I'm not having anyone sitting in my car moaning. Brandon, hello Brandon Johnson, says, I go for the Katie the cat option. That's when wait for us both to die, and, you know, I can be embalmed stroking Katie. And she will be embalmed standing there receiving the strokes. God bless her cute paws, that it won't be for a long time before you both peg it. But when you do, there would be nothing more cute than dying with Katie. A perfect funeral. Very, very witty there, Brandon. Not like your usual dire comments at all. Very witty indeed. I am impressed. I am very, very impressed. Wendy's gone. Bye-bye, Wendy. Love you. Bye. Bye. Where's she gone then? She's gone to do dinner, I expect. There we are. Where we are. Onward we go. Hello to Matt, who sent in a... We're going to continue for a little while today as we're very busy with the old emails, okay? Hope that's okay with you. Can we continue a bit longer? Matt Martins in Canada sent this email in this week, who says, Good afternoon, Chris. I hope you're doing well, sir. Yes, thank you. I've been glad to see that you're enjoying the latest weather in the UK, which is very nice at the moment. Thank you very much. Here in Canada, we are finally out of a minus 30 degrees centigrade deep freeze. Rather you than me, mate. And enjoying temperatures between plus 25 and 30 degrees centigrade. We are loving it. I just want to mention that I've been really enjoying your daily videos and wanted to comment on your video from Tuesday the 24th of June, where you brought up the fact that quality television is almost non-existent these days. Well, it is. It is. I totally agree with you, because in that video I was talking about The Only Way is Essex and I think Big Brother. Just dire television. Dire. There's no one watching either. 840,000 people watching The Only Way is Essex. That is nothing. 840,000 is nothing. Although I wouldn't mind that amount of people watching this programme. I totally agree with you, and I think that what some of these television studios need to do is perform surveys and find out what people really want to watch. Like you, I think there could be more comedy on television, or at least shows that make people think. I'm glad to see your email is working properly again. No, it isn't. It's not working again now. Shall I try it again now? No, nothing. Nothing. Nothing in spam, nothing in trash. Doesn't work. And yet, I sent 2 test emails to it yesterday, and they got through. Oh, I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Over the period of time you weren't receiving emails, I had attempted to send you one, and it seems like it didn't go through, so thanks very much for getting that sorted, mate. Well, I did get it sorted, now it's gone wrong again. It's gone wrong again, Matthew. I don't know. Why don't these things work? In regards to one of your videos earlier in June, where mentioned that people need to use tools like Facebook to bring positive thoughts into people's lives, I wanted to state I couldn't agree more. Over the past 2 years, I've been doing just that, and the feedback I've received through many private messages has been overwhelming in a great way. I want to encourage all the listeners and viewers of United Kingdom Talk to seriously consider doing their part in making a positive impact on the people in their lives, whether it be in person or online. There are countless people who just need a positive word every now and then to make their lives that much better. I think that the vast majority of people have forgotten just how much power their words have, and we should take a moment to really consider that fact. I want to thank you, Chris, for doing your part in making people you connect happier. I try to make people happy, and to think not everything I say is going to make someone happy. You know, when I go on my Facebook and I start going on about animal cruelty and all that business, some people don't like it. Some people don't like to see that. They turn a blind eye. Or, you know, but it has to be known what's going on in the world. So, as well as trying to make people happy, I also try to inform of what goes on. You know, I may not take direct action against factory farming, for example. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful factory farming. But I try to get the word out what's going on. See what I mean? And then people choose what they do. They choose what they do. Do you want to turn a blind eye and eat an animal that's been stuck in a tiny cage where it can't move around for the entire of its life and it's shot dead and then you eat it? If you want to do that, it's up to you. I don't. But I will tell you what's going on. I appreciate you taking the time to read out my email today. And always, you're in my thoughts and prayers each and every day. And that's from lovely Matt in Canada, who's with us live this morning as well. So I'm or this afternoon as well. Thank you very much. And Matt sends in a... Oh, yes, well, I've just done that. Okay, I've just done that, haven't I? Right. Fagash Lil says, it's nice weather, I'm sick of the rain. Yeah, we've had some rain this morning, Lil. But if I look out the window now, the sun is starting to peer. It's starting to peer through the windows. It is. Marge sends in a email about the dead video yesterday, the dead one, the funeral one. I actually don't care about what I look like when my body decides to stop working. What, you mean it hasn't yet? I think mine is starting to give up, to be honest. What with the feet problem and the throat problem, which is actually not bad at all at the moment. The throat appears to have got a little bit better. I don't think it matters how nice my coat my spirit wears, which is my body, is when my spirit leaves it. A person can just toss it into the ditch someplace. I wouldn't care. People can be dead and walking around. Even that's when one should decide whether on when to look well or not. If one is depressed, focusing on death and dead ones all the time, you're actually living a dead life. I feel I rather focus on the living scene. I'm here and doing that. Let the dead bury the dead. And that's from Marge in Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the rain. And there we are. I think that's it for today. I have another nice email here from Marge, which I shall read out on Monday's short video, okay? So once again, to find the short videos, simply go to UnitedKingdomTalkTV.co.uk. You'll always find all the videos there, the short ones as well as today's long one as well. UnitedKingdomTalkTV.co.uk. I'm not going to give out the email today because I'm not sure it's going to be working. It should be working for next week. However, if you want to send a Skype, you can send a contact email or something like that. Okay, then please, that always works. My Skype username is all one word, Chris Reardon, ChrisReardon. That's my Skype username. Two final messages, I think, from Fagash Lil, who says it's been raining for days down in Hove. Oh dear. Really? We've had some lovely weather. I'm not far from you, maybe about 60 miles from you, really. We've had some lovely weather here. And from Ben, who's... These are the badges. Oh, Ben got loads of badges. I bet you was a crawler, Ben, weren't you? You were a crawler, weren't you, to Arcala and Skip, were you? Ben got these badges. Check this out. Animal lover, artist. Is that in piss artist, Ben? Huh? Artist, athlete, book reader, camper. Yes. Collector, communicator, cook, cyclist, entertainer, explorer, first aider, fisherman, gardener, handyman, hobbies, home help, map reader, musician, photographer, rescuer, scientist, sportsman, swimmer, and world conservation. Check out those badges, Ben. I'm impressed, mate. Impressed. And he says it's raining in Harrow too. Now, it stopped raining here. It's actually not bad at all outside now. It's starting to brighten up. I think I might have dinner in the garden. If the tables... I bought a nice tablecloth this week. Did you see it in my short video from Amazon? Only £12. Bright red it is. We like bold colours. Oh, Fagash Lil doesn't live in Hove anymore. Where do you live now then, Lil? Let us know. I want to know where you live now. Not in Hove. Where are you now then? Come on, tell us before you go, because I want to know. Is it a nice place? You're not in Brighton, are you? I don't like Brighton. Not keen on Brighton. A bit too busy. Too many people there. You know? Anyway, I'm going now. Thank you very much for watching and listening to the show today, boys and girls. Okay? I won't give you the email, but as I say, you want to send a Skype in, please feel free to do so. Skype username is all one word, Chris Reardon. See you during the week. I can't find my bits and pieces. I was waiting for Faggosh. Here go. Faggosh was going to tell me where she lives now. Hang on a minute before we go. Come on, Leo, hurry up. Get typing. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, she's moved to the Midlands. Oh, come on, Leo. It's a big place, dear. Where? Where? You're not in Birmingham, are you? Home of Central Television and ATV. I've got those jingles somewhere. I won't play them now. Oh, no, there's one more thing to do. One more thing to do. Cyber John has sent in a little bit of audio, so let's have a little listen to hear what he's got to say today, OK?
Hi, Chris. I'm going to avoid the F word this week. The one that ends in...
Blimey, that's really low. See if I can boost that here. I'm almost at full volume here. Cyber John, try it again.
Even the biggest soccer fan must be sick of the torrent
no,
of media.
that's too low, that is. We can't hear that properly, Cyber John. That's recorded really low. I can't turn it up anymore. I'm full up here, mate. So sorry about that. We can't hear Cyber John's email audio message today. I'm going. See you soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Ta-da.